This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at the PWR gym here in Essex. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Arnold Obodai. Yes, I pronounce your name right?
Pronounce it right, man, yeah.
Yeah?
Obodai, yeah.
Obodai. Now, so obviously you've got some news that's pending, who you're turning over with, etc., which obviously will respect your kind of privacy on that, but if you could just give us a little inkling to when we might hear that information.
You should be hearing that within the next, let's say about 3-4 weeks. Yeah, so we've got some things coming up in the pipeline, obviously, and then wait for an official announcement, man, that's coming soon. Okay,
we'll look forward to that. Your division that you will enter as a professional, though, is more talked about now than it has been over the last sort of few years. I think since, especially domestically, we've seen kind of a Coley over the last few weeks kind of reach those heights of world title aspirations, etc. But you know, I've said the same thing for a long time. On the domestic scene, it seemed like if we move a Coley out of that now, the whole scene there is kind of wide open. I don't think you'd have to have that many fights to put yourself in contention with domestic cruiserweight level.
Yeah, obviously well done to Lawrence, innit? Because he's done what everyone wants to do, which is become a world champion. So like you're saying, yeah, like the cruiserweight division, well, domestically is kind of there for the taking. Who we got? We got Riakpo, which I think he's vacated. We got Billum Smith, Dion Juma, some other fighters. So yeah, it looks like it's quite open for the moment.
Chamberlain.
Who?
Isaac Chamberlain.
Isaac Chamberlain. Yeah, Isaac's there as well. I mean, yeah, I ain't seen a lot from Isaac Chamberlain as of recently, so I'm just waiting to see. But yeah, Isaac Chamberlain's a name there as well. Yeah, so it's open, innit? So I don't think I'd have to have that many fights. Again, I won't want to say too much. I'll leave it to the fighting. But it's not a division where you got to have that many fights to kind of like make your name pop. You know what I mean? So yeah, but again, I'll just say leave it to the fighting, man, because talk is cheap, innit?
So we know you're a two-time national champion. For people that haven't watched you box, how would you describe your style? Is there any other fighter that's out there in and around that weight that's kind of you're similar to, would you say?
Yeah, I would say stylistically, I'm quite versatile. Again, I don't want to say too much because I want to leave it to the fighting. But I'd say I'm fast. I got knockouts on my amateur record, so I punch hard. I'm just versatile, man. I feel like I got a lot of styles in my arsenal. So I just can't wait to display and showcase it when it's time to go.
And I'm talking really ahead here, but I mean, to me, you look like a fully fledged cruiserweight. But is there a possibility over time that you could make that transition to the heavyweight scene?
Yeah, I mean, well, I won a national title at, well, you'd say 91 in amateurs, and I won a national title at 91 plus as a super heavyweight, innit? So that's both. So I guess that speaks for itself, innit? So obviously, eventually, I'd move up to the heavyweights, man. I would say it's more exciting at the heavyweights. There's a lot of names in it. There's a lot of big names at heavyweight. So yeah, more time I'd like to go up to heavyweight.
Arnold. So when you kind of look at, even though you haven't obviously had that pro fight yet, but when you kind of look at the initial first part of your career, do you see that only being a cruiserweight, or do you think it might not be that long before kind of you take that tilt up?
Listen, I'm young, innit? So I'm not gonna move like everyone else and rush. Boxing's a hard sport, so you gotta do everything right, I think, and that's my opinion, innit? So I'm gonna take my time, go through the gears, but eventually, yeah, like you're saying, like there's not much at cruiser and like there's a lot at heavy. Not rushing, like I'm saying, but yeah, man, listen, just go through the gears, innit? Go through the gears. By God's grace, do my thing as a cruiserweight and then see what the heavyweight scene is saying.
Well, I mean, Lawrence Okori now, who's world champion at cruiserweight, is now speaking even before the fight with Glowacki. He was talking about, that potential move that we expect to see Lawrence in the next possibly 12 months, making that transition to heavyweight as well. So
yeah, I mean, look, 16 fights he's had, yeah. Undefeated, small amateur background, and he's done his thing as a cruiserweight. So it just goes to show, but Lawrence is a great athlete. Lawrence is a great boxer. I say he got a lot of stick for his style in it at the beginning, but he's always had like a good boxing brain, good feet, fast feet, and he's done his thing as a cruiser. He's done his thing as a cruiserweight. So yeah, quickly. He's done it quickly. He's done it quickly. So let's see what he can produce as a heavy as well, for sure.
Absolutely. I will ask you your thoughts on a pending fight. Just as a boxing fan, we all want the announcement of very soon. Yeah, obviously, AJ and Fury, which is like a big soap opera that's been dragging on for weeks and months, etc. But it looks like we're kind of nearing that announcement, and it's just as a fight fan, it's the fight that we all want to see, Arnold.
Yeah. Fury's a great boxer. AJ's a great boxer. Do you know what? I'll go with AJ, man. I'll go with AJ. Yeah, I'm backing Josh still. Yeah, I have to back Josh. Yeah, I got to back Josh. Yeah, do you know what? It's such a tough one. That it's so tough. It's so 50-50, man. I got to back Josh though. I got to back Josh. He's hungry. It's like he started camp already for it, innit? He's hungry. Listen, it's the last one. He's done everything that was asked of him the same way. So he had the belts. The Ruiz fight number 2. So it's like he's got a new vim. So yeah, man, it's the last belt, man. So yeah, I'm backing Josh and I'm backing AJ for sure.
Well, I think I was having this conversation yesterday, and I think hand on heart, I don't think anyone knows what's going to happen, because you can favour one fighter, you can edge towards one fighter, and you can have your reasons why you think that. But I think hand on heart, we don't know how that first fight's going to play out. They're both in camp now. They're both taking it seriously. We're going to get an announcement. It's going to happen, but hand on heart, you don't know. You can see 3 or 4 different situations of how even the first few rounds are going to go, let alone how it's going to end.
You can't call it. You don't know if AJ is going to come with more of a boxing brain and box fury, which it's unlikely to see that happening. And of course, he's going to box smart, obviously. But is he going to box like he did against Ruiz in the second fight? I don't know. You can't call it. Fury, is he going to come forwards like he did against Wilder 2? You just don't know. You can't call it, man. So it's a massive mega fight that, bro, I'm going to be tuned in for it. Everyone's going to be tuned in for it. So yeah, you just can't call it, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get an announcement of that very, very soon. But yeah, we'll look forward to kind of hearing confirmation of your life outside the ring concerning boxing, who you're signing with, who you're going with, promotion, etc. in due course. And
Soon. Just some weeks. You should look to hopefully be seeing me either the end of May or let's start of June. End of May, start of June. So I'm in camp now. You caught me camp mode, no trim, no nothing, long beard. So I'm just training, man, grafting away for that time to come, man. So I'll be around the corner shortly as well.
Okay. Just finally, what can people expect when they see you in the ring?
Excitement. That's my opinion, anyways. So I'll let them judge. But for me, I just think I'm an exciting fighter. I feel like I will surprise a lot of people stylistically. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like some people would look at me and then think, probably. I won't say it because it's kind of give it away. It's cool. Just wait till fight night, and then we'll see what I produce. Till then, yeah.
Okay, Arnold, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and we'll definitely catch up with you again soon, ahead of your professional debut, hopefully soon.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Take care, man.
Top man.